Let me guide you through installation and configuration of coderabbit code review platform for your Expo project. It's very simple. First things first, I will need an account on coderabbit.yaml. You can sign up using GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, or Azure DevOps. I will go with GitHub. First connection, you will need to link those accounts, but you don't need credit card. You just get there completely for free. Now, as you see, I have some repositories here already because I'm using my account for some time. You will have known, and that brings us to the second question. You need your own repository. Let's get one for you. You can go on with your own Expo repository, absolutely fine, but if it's private, you will need to use a coderabbit trial because coderabbit is free for open source projects like this one, but you will need a trial to use it with a proprietary project. So take a look, you can just fork mine, it's open source, and you can experiment with it as much as you want. Now, we need to link them. You can go to your dashboard on coderabbit.ai, push the Add Repositories button, have here coderabbit.ai connected with your GitHub, and now down there in the repository access, add the repository you are going to use. So choose some more, choose the repository you forked or your own, save, and you are done. Repository will appear there. Last step, we need to configure it. If you forked my repository, it's already done via file. The trick is you can configure project via web interface or via configuration file. In general, I recommend using the file because this way you go with approach configuration as code. You can have different settings for coderabbit in different branches. So you can experiment with different pull requests and see those which settings will fit your project the best. The story is we suggest sample configuration for Expo project, but each project is individual. Maybe you want to tune it to your own and play with it and see what works the best. So speaking of configuration, as you see here, a web interface for me is disabled because I'm using the file. Let's take a look at this file. As said, if you forked my project, then you have this file already there. It's .coderabbit.yaml. Going very briefly through most important parts of this configuration file, we want to have reviews auto review enabled. We want to disable review auto review if it's work in progress mark or it's a draft. And we will review only pull requests targeting main or develop branches. Don't forget to adjust it if you are using it with your own project. Maybe your branch names are different. Then there are some high-level settings like I want to have summary, I want to see summary for the changed files, I don't want to request changes workflow. Let me get to the most important part. Most important part here will be path instructions. That's getting just absolutely critical when you have different parts of your application, like backend and mobile application, in the same multi-repository, in single repository. Then you definitely want to have your path instructions adjusted accordingly. Here we see what for the path, all the files type of TypeScript, TSX, JS, JSX, and so on, following instructions will be applied. That's first set of instructions we are using for Expo project, and we will be settings for internationalization, so user visible strings should be externalized, security, what TypeScript checks you prefer, and so on and so forth. Then there will be different set of requirements for app.json with some Expo configuration, how you see that, right? Also application services build configuration, and so on and so forth. Special requirements for tests, for example. There is no one size fits all, so you will need to adjust instructions to your own likings, but on the bright side, once you do it right, your project will much shinier than before. Then, once this configuration is done and repository is registered, Well, we can begin using it immediately. So as you can see on my demo project, there are 3 pull requests, and we have here different pull requests. With some of them are green and only like nitpicks warnings, but also you can see not that good pull requests when there is a memory leak introduced, and of course also demo pull request, which shows you what happens if you, for example, enable feature for request changes workflow. If we have a request changes workflow, in this case, this pull request cannot be merged until reviewer, until the author will apply required changes. Merging is blocked. Because there are some critical failures. We see what there is a memory leak, and we need to address it before pull request can be merged. That was very short 5 minutes introduction on how do you install and configure coderabbit AI pull request review platform to your Expo project. Follow us for more.